Hey everyone, welcome back to another review. Today I've got a motherboard. Um, Precisely, it's an H61M S1. So this one was pretty interesting. It's just an 1155 motherboard off of eBay. It's a no brand, and you could probably tell that by the box. It's a very interesting box. There's quite confidence inducing, you could say. It's a high end motherboard, apparently, and apparently it's got GT Touch, Vivid LED DJ, and IO armor. It also says diversified. Diversification is suitable for all kinds of places. If you wish to succeed, you should use persistence as your good friend. So it's a really cool box. I must say, it's a yeah, placeholder text is always nice. But anyway, let's open it up. So, yep, straight up you got your IO shield, you got your SATA cable, a singular SATA cable. Driver disk, never going to use those. Windows is always my friend when it comes to installing motherboard drivers. But we have a manual, and what's funny about this manual is it doesn't even have the specific motherboard in it. It just has two random ones. Like, what the hell is this? What is going on here? You know, like, you buy a motherboard and then they give you the wrong manual. It's like, what? Anyway, let's move on to the actual motherboard itself. So it came packaged in some bubble wrap, you know, and so that was pretty good. And here it is. Good old anti-static bag, you know. And yeah, let's take a little look-see at it, you know. So yeah, this one stood out to me purely on eBay because it has a USB 3.0 header, and it actually looked like a motherboard rather than something else that isn't a motherboard. But anyway, so yeah, the motherboard itself looks pretty decent. Two DIMM slots, so max is 16 gigs on DDR3. USB 3.0 obviously. Four SATA ports. One 3-pin header, fan header, I believe. So it looks like I'm going to be going Molex powered for most of the fans. USB 2.0 header, I believe one USB 2.0 header and a HD audio header, as well as, oh wait, is that another? Oh, it is a USB 2.0. I'm just blind. Ha, that's a good meme. Anyway, yeah, front I/O headers. CMOS battery. Yep. So yeah, looks like it's just got a 1x PCIe and then a 16x PCIe, and then yeah, the VRM. Like, what the hell is that? That's pretty small. Am I right? So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be chucking an i7 2600 or 3770K in here, because this thing probably would blow up. So yeah. I guess we'll move on to the I/O. Pretty basic, I guess. Ethernet port. I don't know if it's got LEDs on it, so that's handy. Looks like it's just like regular. Maybe it's 100 megabit or gigabit per second. I cannot tell. But there's also 6 USB 2.0 ports, no USB 3.0, unfortunately. But there's also a VGA connector, an HDMI connector, and audio and all that. So yeah, the back looks pretty standard. All good. LGA 1155 socket with like a good old connector, a good old cover. So yeah, that's pretty good. No bent pins, so that's always nice. And yeah. So anyway, now I'm going to talk about primarily why I bought this. It's because I was building a PC and the motherboard broke because I accidentally did a wrong burst flash and I needed the PC done. So I was like, hey, I'll get this motherboard. It looks nicer than some other motherboards too, and since it's brand new, I'd say it probably will have a longer lifespan than, say, a used motherboard that's been heavily used over the years, that's from 2011 or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, looks pretty good. That's pretty good, and yeah. Oh yeah, it's also got a little diagram telling you where the hell all the. Well, that's the thing falling over. Don't worry about that. That's it's fine. Yeah, it's got a little diagram. I didn't see that. I was just going off things being positive and negative. So this is actually a pretty user-friendly motherboard. Not gonna lie, it's not bad. Certainly not bad from the first looks of things. But yeah, I'm gonna get this into a system and show you it all working. I believe it just has a regular old American Megatrends uh, BIOS on it, so it's nothing special. Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any overclocking you can do on it. Not surprisingly, but yeah, it works with third gen CPUs. I know that because I tested it earlier, so that's all good. And yeah, let's chuck it in a system, I guess. So before actually installing the motherboard into the system, I didn't really realize how small this motherboard is. It's actually tiny. Like it's basically an ITX board, just like with an extra screw hole at the bottom. So it's like it's a bit bigger, but you know, like especially in the Casecom XM91, it's very small, and yeah, so there's that to bear in mind, and yeah. Other than that, everything went pretty smoothly, ran pretty well. Boosting on the CPU seemed to be working fine, and yeah, it was pretty good, pretty good. The motherboard will be linked in the description below if you want to take a look at that. And so yeah, that does it for this review. If you have any questions, comments, or queries, drop them in the comments below. And you know, if you like this video, feel free to drop a like. And if you want to see more content similar to this, feel free to subscribe.